Hello everybody, in this series we will be learning full-stack programming. Before we understand what is full-stack programming, let's understand what is a computer program. A computer program is nothing but instructions to your computer to do some task. Think of computer program like a cooking recipe. A recipe is a list of instructions for a cook to follow. Similarly, a program is a list of instructions for a computer to execute. Let's see an example. Let's say, I want to instruct my computer to write, "Hi," on the browser. If I translate this instruction to JavaScript code, it will be, document.write hi. Let's run the program. As you can see, it displays, "Hi," on the browser. Now, let's instruct our computer to evaluate 2 plus 3 and print the result. And here is the code. Result equals eval 2 plus 3. Let's print the result instead of hi. Let's run the program. As you see, it displays the result 5. Let's now instruct our computer to evaluate user input instead of 2 plus 3. I am going to use JavaScript prompt function to get user input. And here is the instruction in JavaScript. User input equals prompt. Let's also evaluate user input instead of 2 plus 3. Let's run the program. As you see, I get a prompt. Now, if I enter 2 divide 3 here, I get the result 0.6666. Now as you see, we have just 3 lines of program and it works like a calculator. First line instructing the computer to display a prompt and get user input. Second line instructing the computer to evaluate user input. Finally, the last line instructs the computer to print the result. As you can see, each line of code is an instruction to my computer. Don't worry about the code. I don't expect you to understand the code. I just wanted to show you how instructions look and how they can be translated to code. Here I am using JavaScript as my programming language. There are close to 9,000 programming languages in the world. We will be learning some of the popular languages in our upcoming videos. By the way, here I am using jsfiddle.net to write and test my JavaScript code. This is a popular JavaScript playground. You can use it to write and test your code online. This series is about full-stack programming. Now that we understand what a computer program is, let's understand who is a full-stack programmer. A full-stack programmer is someone who can build front-end, back-end, and database. In short, the front-end is the view that we see or interact with. It's also called client or user interface. Back-end is the code that is running on the server. Database is a file where data is stored and retrieved from. These days, many companies also expect full-stack developers to have some knowledge on deployment and web hosting. In simple words, deployment means moving your code to a public server so that your application is accessible to everyone. As you can see in this image, front-end is basically the app that you use on your mobile or laptop. For example, Facebook app that you see on your browser or mobile is basically a front-end program running on your computer or mobile. For every action that you do on the front end, a request goes to the server. For example, when you log into Facebook on your mobile or computer, a request goes to the server. There is program running on the server which processes your request and sends you a response. Think of client and server as you calling your friend. First you dial your friend's number. Once you are connected, you both talk and exchange information. An website address is similar to a phone number. Once a client is connected to a server by a correct web address, client and server can communicate and exchange information via HTTP request and response. We will see an HTTP request and response in just a bit. Now, server does not connect to database for every request. If your request requires data, then server would send it to database to get response. For example, when you log in, server does not have your details, so the request is sent to database to validate your login. Now, let's see how HTTP request and response looks like. Let's open Facebook on the browser. To see the request and response, I will right-click and inspect. Let's go to the Network tab. Let's reload the page. Here, you can see all the requests and responses. As you can see, there are so many requests. Let's see the first request. As you can see, the first tab is Headers. Every HTTP request and response has headers. These are just key value pairs. We will understand more about headers in our upcoming session. Now, let's look at the response. As you can see, response is some HTML code. These HTML codes are building block of web page. In other words, everything you see on the web page are generated by these HTML code. For example, if I want to see the code that's generating this text box, I can just select the text box and see the HTML code. Now, if I delete this HTML code, text box will be gone. As you can see, login email text box is gone. Now, we just saw an HTML request and response. HTML code may have links to other static files, such as JavaScript, CSS, and images, etc. All these files that you see in network logs are due to those links. In simple words, our HTML code is asking browser to download these files. We will understand HTML, CSS, JavaScript in detail in our upcoming session. Goal of this course is to give you a jump start into the programming world. We will teach everything that you need to know to build a project end to end. We will also cover web hosting and deployment. By the end of this course, you should be able to build and host a web application on your own. This course is designed for freshers. You do not need any programming knowledge. Everything we will teach from the basics. At the end of each session, there will be a test or assignment. We would encourage everyone to complete the test or assignment. Let's understand how this course is organized. This course is divided into multiple series. Each series will cover a technology stack. In the first video series, we will cover Angular, C#, .NET Core, and SQL Server. In the first few hours, we will build an online banking application. In the remaining hours of the series, we will cover the technologies in depth. Also, we will be creating videos in multiple languages. If you prefer Hindi or Spanish, just searching YouTube, you should be able to find the video in your language. We are also in the process of uploading videos in other popular languages. Here is the online banking application that we will be developing in this series. This is a simple bank application having 5 screens. Login, account detail, add pay, online payment and transactions. This is the login screen. Here is the account details screen. On account details screen, user can see his balance and account number. Here is the payee screen. As you can see, user can enter payee detail and add payee. Next is the online payment screen. Here user can transfer fund to an existing payee. Lastly, the transaction page where user can see last 30 days transactions. This video was made possible with the support from Ascent Technology. Ascent is a software startup created by a group of professionals. As part of promotion, Ascent develop 100 applications every year for free. If you have a business and looking for a software solution, Ascent will develop it for you free of cost. For software solutions or questions related to free software development promotion, you can email to contact@ascent.com. Please note, as part of this free promotion, Ascent only develops custom data-driven web applications and mobile applications. They do not develop any personal or static website. Lastly, here is the link to our blog. All the notes and slides are available on the blog. blog.sanp.com. We also have a Q&A forum. Feel free to ask if you have any doubt or technical question. q&a.sanp.com